Can you be not political? No. Well, come up. In this episode, we will focus on the reasons why politics does not simply let you be. Coming up. Hello, I'm Understanding Politics, and in this channel I explain political theories and debates to students as well as curious and passionate people, just like you. Can you be not political? We have to make a philosophical premise. Any choice that you make in your life has an individual and a social impact. Well, the impact may be so irrelevant that you do not realize you are producing any impact at all. This may actually be the case. To explain choices, we need to borrow the philosophical discussion from existentialists. While Jean-Paul Sartre was probably one of the most able to illustrate these theories to a general audience, the Danish Søren Kierkegaard was the one that managed to truly explain the relevance of choices in our lives. From Aristotle onwards, philosophers have been convinced that an essence, namely the idea of something, precedes the existence. For example, a chair is created only after the idea of chair has been conceived. But existentialists said, hey, men are no chair. For living beings, the existence precedes the essence, if an essence exists at all. And this implies that humankind is free. From this freedom stems the responsibility of each individual person in taking choices. Why is that? Because if you're free, whenever you make a choice, this choice has consequences, and you are responsible for them. It doesn't matter if you were not completely aware of the results of your choice, you still bear the responsibility. Our societies, in fact, assume freedom and responsibility. Think about it. Prisons would not make sense without the responsibility to respect laws. Sartre will go further in saying that you cannot avoid choosing, because even when you choose not to choose, there are consequences from this refusal to engage with the choice. So, for instance, even if you decide not to vote at your national elections, this choice produces a result in terms of election outcome. You may have heard that nowadays abstention, so not voting, favors right-wing candidates, but this was not always the case. When Italy was writing its constitution after World War II, it was the center-right party of the Christian Democrats that required voting to be a duty, because they knew that, unlike them, the Communist Party had a very motivated electorate. By the way, if you have the chance to read it in your language, there is a nice novel by Italo Calvino on the topic of voting in post-war Italy, La giornata di uno scrutatore. Member of the philosophical movement of idealism, the Prussian Johann Gottlieb Fichte argued that there is no way to reconcile the philosophy of freedom, idealism, with the philosophy of necessity, dogmatism. The latter implies a strict form of determinism or intelligible fatalism, expecting that our lives answer to some sort of superior fate on which we do not have control. On the other hand, the former relies on the idea of freedom of individuals as the main drive of our lives. Ultimately, it is a choice on who you decide to be. If you believe you are free, you can improve. You can do good around you, not because you were made this way, but because you choose every day to be the best version of yourself. If you are terrified by the consequences of your actions, but you take action anyway, if you live your life at its fullest, if you think you can make a difference in the world, even if seemingly irrelevant, you are an existentialist and an idealist. Welcome on board. As usual, the sources will be linked in the references section of this video description. Did you know that Jean-Paul Sartre was communist and his partner and more brilliant philosopher Simone de Beauvoir actually met Ernesto Guevara?